Hello everyone, is Professor Sadiq Noor. Today I will lecture chapter number 6 in Excel about creating, sorting, and queuing a table. The objectives for chapter number 6 is that you will be able to create and manipulate the table, delete duplicate records, add calculated columns to a table with structure references, use the VLOOK function to look up a value in a table, use icon set with conditional formatting, insert a row, a total row, sort a table on one field or multiple field, sort the query and search table using autofilter, remove the filters, create criteria and extract the ranges, apply database and stats functions, use match and index functions to find a value in a table, display automatic subtotals, use outline features to group hide and unhide data, and create a Treemap chart. So the first thing is we need to know what a table is. A table is also called a database, is an organized collection of data. For example, a list of friends, a group of students registered for a class, a club membership roster, or instructor gradebook, all can be arranged as a table in a worksheet. In these cases, the data related to each person or item is called record, and the individual data items that make up a record are called field or the column heading. For example, in a table of clients, each client will have a separate record. Each record might include several fields such as name, address, phone number, current balance, billing rate, and status. A record also include fields that contain references, formulas, and functions. So let's start. So we already have the data file for this project, Coffee Craft Daily Services. So let me share my screen. So I will go to my download and I will open the Excel file, Coffee Craft Data Service data, double click it. Once you double clicked it and it opens in Excel, you might see a message in the top here. So you have to enable editing. Once you have opened the craft daily services table, so the first thing that we need is to save the table with another name. In this case, we will call this as, we will go to File, Save As, Browse. I will save it under the documents, and I will just take out the data, and it has to be named as Coffee Craft Daily Service Table, and click on Save. If you look in the top, the name of the file has changed. Next is that we have to change the theme. So we have to go to page layout, we have to go to the first group, teams, and then teams. And then we have to click on Viper Trail. So you have to go under the V. So Viper Trail. Click on it. That's the theme. The theme actually is gonna change the scripting of your text, the color of your text typed on the worksheet. So the worksheet will change accordingly. Next is we have to create a table now. So the first thing is to format a range as a table. So this range has to be formatted to become a table. So to do that, we have to select A8 all the way to F22. So highlight. Once you highlight it, so why do we need to format the range as a table? Excel automatically creates the table when applying a table style to a range. So to do that, once you highlighted A8 all the way to F22, then we have to go back to the home. And then under the style group, you will see format table, format as table. So click the small down black arrow. And then we have to go to the medium section. And then we are looking for style number 16, style medium 16, this one. So click on it. It's gonna give us a dialog box and it's asking, is that the range that you have to convert it as a table? And then this check sign says my table has a header also. So click OK. As you see that now it create with the columns and the rows has the record. So in this case, these guys here is your field, right? And these guys here is your records. So these are your record row, the rows are your records, and the columns are your field in a table. Next is now to wrap the text. So to do that, we need to change the width of column F to 11. So we have to select the column and then we have to go to the right of the column F. In my case, it's 18.50. So we have to change it to 11. As I am dragging it to the right, to the left, the number is changing. Once you have changed it to 11, the next thing is that we have to wrap it. So while I'm in F8, I will go back to the home. Under the group alignment, I will click wrap text. As you see, satisfaction survey is being wrapped. So next, we need to name the table. What you see now here is a table, so we have to name it. Why do we need to name? Because referring to the table by name rather than by range reference will save time. So instead of referring the table by the references, like by saying A8 all the way to F28, then we will have a name now. So it's better to name your table. So to do that, we have to click anywhere inside the table. And then if you look in your tab, Microsoft Excel is going to add a contextual tab that says table data. So click on it. And then the first group is properties. And it says name is table 1. So we have to highlight it. And we have to call it service underscore calls. And then press the enter key. Next, to remove duplicates. Now in the table that we created, there are some record that is duplicating. So duplicates sometimes happen when data is entered incorrectly by more than one person or from more than one source. Now we have to click anywhere inside the table, and then if you notice here, we have a duplicate of records. You see here? So we need to remove the duplication. To get rid of the duplication, your cursor has to be anywhere inside the table. And then be sure that you click the table design. And then the second group is tools. Under the tools, you will see remove duplicate. So click on remove duplicate. Then we're gonna search everywhere. So be sure that everything has been selected and then click OK. Now you will be getting a message that one duplicate values found and removed, 13 unique values remained. Click OK. Now I don't have any duplication. It's been removed. I have only one record now. Next is to enter a new record into the table. So in A22, we're gonna enter a new record in the table. So the record is 42724. And then in B22 is Franklin, comma, Nathan. You can move with the right arrow in your keyboard, or you can click it with the mouse, or you can tap it. A repair. The customer type is coffee shop. The service type is repair. The time build is 2.00, and satisfaction survey is 9.5. That's the way how to enter record to the existing table. Now to add a new columns to the table. So I'm gonna go to G8. So in G, we have to stretch the G to 16. Now it's 8, so 16. Now in G8, I'm gonna type post dash service rating. As you see that automatically it takes the color and it wraps the text. Now column H has to be 1650. So go to the right of column H, click the left key of your mouse and drag it to the right until you see 1650. Release your finger from the mouse, and now we have to type in H8 percentage of technicians work day. Then I will press the enter key to wrap the text. In I, we have to change the size to 11. Then we have to type in I8 customer bill. So now that's the way how to add new column to the table. Now the next is to center across selection. The following step center the title in cell A7 across a selection using the format cell dialog box. In the earlier modules, recall you use merge and center button. Always remember we used to have merge and center. So now we're gonna do center across selection. Why? This earlier technique center the title, but it remove access to the individual cells. So the previous technique that we learned was when you hit merge and center, so all the cells become one row and one column. But with the center across selection, what happened is that the cell will be merged, but the individual will also be available. So to do that, we have to select A7 all the way to I7. All right. And then we will do right click and then look for format cell. The format cell dialog box is gonna be visible on the screen. And then we have to go to the tab that says alignment. And then text alignment, horizontal. We have to go here and choose the option center across selection. And then we have to click OK. Now it moved to the center, but still these are all individual cells. Okay. Next is now we have to select this then we have to change the color, or we have to boldface, which is already boldface, and then we have to go to the style and then we have to make it title, and then we have to be sure that you boldface. Next now is using a lookup table. So the most widely used lookup function are HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Both functions find values in a lookup table and return a corresponding value from the table to the cell containing the function. The HLOOKUP function is used when the table direction for a field of a data is horizontal or across the worksheet. The VLOOK, I'm talking about VLOOKUP function and HLOOKUP. So the difference is that in the HLOOKUP function is used when the table direction for a field of data is horizontal, when your field are horizontal like this, and then you have the things that you want to search or you want to look up for. If the look you are using the VLOOKUP function is used when the table direction is vertical. If your table is vertical like this, instead of being what? Horizontal, is vertical, or down the worksheet. So the VLOOK function is used more often because most tables are vertical. As you know, most of your tables are vertical. So the most that in Excel we use is the VLOOK, not the HLOOK. So the VLOOKUP is the one that we have to use in this case. So if you look at the syntax, the VLOOK has a couple of attributes. So if you are using a VLOOK, you will start with equal VLOOK, VLOOKUP. Then the first argument is, what are you looking at? Lookup value. You have to determine which one is your lookup value. All right. And then you have to give us the table array. The table array, the second argument. And the third is that the column index, like how many column your table is consist of. So this will be the column index number. So the VLOOK has three attributes: the lookup value, the table array, and the column index. So let's create a table array area first, and then we're gonna use the VLOOKUP function. So the VLOOKUP function is used when the table direction is vertical or down the worksheet. All right. So to create a table array area, the first thing is that we have to go to L1. That's L1 here. And then we have to go to M and make the size to 16.5. 16.5. Now in L1, we will type rating table. Then we have to select the L1, go to the style group, and then click the black arrow and give it the title. Now we have to merge L1 and M1. So we have to select L1 and M1 and then do right click on it, go to the cell format. You will get the dialog box. Click on alignment tab under the horizontal. You will select center across selection. Click OK. Now in L2, we're gonna type survey, and in M2, we're gonna type rating. So we are creating our table array area. Now in I8, we have to copy this color. So we're gonna go to the home tab, clipboard group, and double click the format painter. Now your cursor will have like a brush, and then we have to move our cursor over L2 and M2. As you see, we copied the color. Now we have to click on format painter again to deselect the function, the feature of the format painter. Now in G9, before we go to G9, we have to type the rating here. So the survey is 0, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 will be gold, 8 will be silver. This is my table array. And then 7 will be browns. And then if we get 0, then we have to generate a report. Generate report. Now our table array is ready. So we have to find out the post service rating now. So how many times we're gonna say if we had 7 satisfaction in this column here, then they should be browns. If we have 8, then it should be silver. And if we have 9 or more than 9, then that should be gold. So we will go to G9 to add the formula. So why do we need to use the VLOOK to G9 is that the VLOOK function, using the VLOOK function with the table allow Excel to display the rating rather than the user typing them individually. So we want to find out the rating instead of typing brown, silver, gold. Automatically Excel will determine which of them is gold, which of these satisfaction survey is silver or browns. So we will start the function with equal. We're gonna type VL. As soon as you type VL, you will see VLOOKUP. So double click it. Now the first argument in dark is lookup value. What you are looking at. What is the column that you want to use it in the VLOOK. So what are your lookup value? My lookup value is F9, which is the satisfaction survey, right? And then because we named the table, so Automate is gonna take the name of the table. Or you could just type it F9, right? So you could type it F9 if you want to, then comma, comma. The next argument is the table array is in dark now, the second argument. So your table array is this, is L3 all the way to M6. Now, once you have selected it, now you have to make it absolute. To make it absolute, you have to press the function key F4. As soon as I press the F4, as you see, it converted to a dollar sign. All right. So comma. Now the last argument is column index, like how many column does your table array consist? So it consists of column 1 and 2, right? 1 column and 2 columns. So you're gonna say 2 column, 2, and then you have to close the parenthesis, and then you have to press the enter key. Automatically I got that the one with more than 9 is gold. This one 8.5 is silver, gold, browns. I have 6.5, which is below 7 should be generate report. So I have generate report only 1. All right. Now we have to create a calculated field. So we have to create a calculated field. So we have to go to H9, and we have to start with equal. And then before we do the formula, the book says we have to change this to a percentage. So we're gonna go to the home and click on percentage, and then we have to have 2 decimal place. So 1, 2. You have to click it twice. After that, now we're gonna go to the H9 and start the formula with equal, and then shift and the square, not this one, this one. Once you hit the square bracket without the shift, now from here we have to check the columns that is involved. So we are looking for timed build. This one, double click it. Time build, and then close the square. So instead of typing time build, I could say H9. Now divided by 6.5. Now press the enter key. So we got the percentage of technician workday. Next, we have to go to the customer bill now, I9. And before we put the formula, we have to give it a dollar sign. So go to the number group, click dollar, and we need 2 decimal places. 1, 2. Once you did that, now we have to go to I9 and we have to write the function. We will say the formula equal if you can double click the if from the shortcut menu. The first argument is your logic. What is your logic testing? So if D9 so if the warranty, which is D9, if D9 is equal double quotation, be sure that you type it well, warranty, comma, then 0. Otherwise, if it's not warranty, then what? Then you will open a square bracket. Then you will say time build, which is E9, or you could check from here time build. So here I will do it again. So here we said if D9 is equal warranty, then the customer will be billed 0. Otherwise, click on E9. Otherwise, the time build multiplied by 75 and click enter and click enter. So now we have to change the decimal place to only 2. So the one with the negative, that indicates is 0. Warranty works value appears as a hyphen, which represent a 0 charge. So let me go through the formula again. We said if D9 is equal warranty, then give it 0, comma. If it's false, then what? E9, which is the time build, multiply by 75. So the time build will automatically give you the name of the column, which is time build. Multiply by 75 and click the enter key. Now we have to use conditional formatting will be next. Conditional formatting allow you to create rules that change the formatting of a cell based on its value. For example, you might want negative values to appear highlighted in red. So to do that, we have to select F9 all the way to F9 or F9 all the way to F22. And then we have to go to the home tab, style group, conditional formatting, and then we're gonna click on new rules. Once you hit the new rules, we will leave it as format all cell based on their values, and then we will go to the format style, and then we will click on icon set, and then we will choose this one here, the three simple circle, and then next is that we're gonna say when is greater, we will take this, change it to 9, and we need the tab to be number, so change it to 9, and then this should be changed to number first, then put the value 7. All right, so we typed 9 in the first value box, and then we type 7 in the second value box, and then we have to just tap it to complete the condition, or you could say okay. So we had only one, so we have to do it again because it doesn't went through. So I will go back here. I will clear the rules. We're gonna do it again. Go back here, new rules, and then we will change it to icon set. We need to have it circled, and then after circled, we're gonna choose a number here to 9, and then this one will be number, and then 7, and then we have to click OK. As you see now, we got the conditional formatting. Now the next is working with table in Excel to insert a total row. The default setting creates a total in the last column. However, the total row display a bottom beside each cell to create a number total and functions. So to do that, what we need to do, we have to click anywhere inside the table, and then we have to go to the table, and then we have to choose under the table style option, we have to choose table row. As you see, a new table row, Excel inserted in row number 23. And then if you want to find out the total for this guy, so the next is if you want to find the total here, so we can find the average count. If I want to count how many value I have is 14. So the book want us to have the sum. So we will go here and click on sum. 32. And we want to find the average here. Click here, then drop down and select average. Now we have to shrink the average down, so we have to delete the decimal place. So go back to the home. And then we have to shrink it down to only 2 decimal place. Then the last one here is the total, the sum. All right. Now we have to save our workbook. You can go to File, Print, and then we can change the orientation to landscape. And then we can go to the last option, noise scaling. We will say fit in one page. So now we are able to see everything. Next is sorting a table. The data in a table is easier to work with and more meaningful if the record appears sequentially based on one or more fields. Arranging record in a specific sequence is called sorting. Data is in ascending order if it is stored from lowest to highest, earliest to most recent, or alphabetically from A to Z. Data is in descending order if it is sorted from highest to lowest, most recent to the earliest, or alphabetically from Z to A. Now, to apply the sort ascending. So let's click back. Now we will click on a B9, and we want to sort the B9, right? So if your ribbon is hidden, you will go to this icon here, and then you will click show tabs and command. So what we need next so now we need to sort. So let's get back to A9, or should B9, and then let's go to editing group, sort and filter, and then click on sort from A to Z. And if you see now, the record is being sorted. Boot, colorway, Dave, all is being sorted. Now let's click on E9, and then we will sort this also. So let's go to the data tab. Be sure your cursor shouldn't be blinking, so just click. And then under the sort, we can also do sort alphabet from smallest, right? So you can click here, sort. You can also click sort smallest to largest, and then this one says from largest to smallest. So largest to smallest. As you see that largest to smallest is been sorted. Right. Next, if you wanna customize, sometime you might want to custom multiple field. You wanna sort multiple cells. While Excel allow you to sort on maximum of 256 field in a single sort operation. In this step, you will use the custom sort to sort the coffee craft daily service table using 3 field. So to do that, we will click on home, and then we will have to have one of the cell being active, right? So what we want to do is that, so the table should be active, and then we will go back to the editing group, sort, custom, and then we will choose the field that we are looking at. So column, sort on, and the order. So sort by, we will choose customer type, the cell values from A to Z. The next one, so we need to add a level from here. So the next one will be service type, the cell value from A to Z. Then we have satisfaction survey, and then that will be a small list. We will change it to largest, smallest, and then click OK. Now all these will be sorted. You see the 3. So we sorted it. As you're gonna see, we have the sort kind of stuff. These are the sorted field. This one here, this one, and then this one. Next, to sort the table using the auto filter. Now these steps will show us how to sort the table by customer bill using the largest to smallest command on the filter menu. So to do that, why do we need to do this step is using the filter menu sometimes is easier than the other sort method. You do not have to leave the table area and move to the ribbon to perform the sort. Because as you saw in the previous sorting, we have to leave the table and we have to go to the ribbon, and then we have to go to the editing and then click on sort and then different kinds of sort. So the first thing we want to do is that we have to click the customer bill. You see the icon here, the filter, and then you can sort from smallest to largest, or sort largest to smallest. So we're gonna do sort largest to smallest. As you see, the largest bill, then the smallest, the 0 one. So it's easy, just click on the filter button and then you can sort accordingly instead of using the ribbon. You can also go here and you can search for anything you want. All right. Now the next thing we need to do is to query a table using an auto filter. So let's go to D8. D8. Now click the service type. So click the filter button and then we will say we don't want warranty, and then we need everything but not warranty. Click OK. As you see, and also the rows turns to blue color. So these satisfy your sort, and at the same time you queried. You said give me only the one except warranty. So I want to see install, repair, maintenance, but not warranty, the service type. So that's how you can query. Query means asking question, and if you in a few seconds, Excel should return what you asked for. So in this case, we asked for everything but not warranty. All right. So I can go back here and I can say, okay, I don't want maintenance, just show me the repair, and then click OK. So now I can see all the repairs, all the hours, the customer bills, and who was the technicians. And then I can see all the customer types and the repair types. Now I will take it back to what it was. So I can say, I will choose the boxes and click OK. Now let's get to the time. Also, if you want, you can go to the service, post service rating. And what if you want to find out only the ones with the gold? So select gold and only I queried the post service gold. I can go back here. I can clear the filter. I can go back here and then I can remove all the check sign, and then I can say, oh, show me silver. Then click OK. These are the one with the silver. Go back and then clear filter from the post. So that's it. Now the next is to remove filters. As I show you, if you want to get rid of the filters, you will go to the data, and then from here you will say clear, right? So let's say I will go here, then I will say only I don't want gold, I don't want browns. So I got silver and generate report. So now you see when I went to the data, the clear is available, and I will click it, it's gonna clean it. Or you can just go here and then click on clear filter from posting. So either way you want, I will just click here to show you it removed the filters. Now to search a table using auto filter. So to do that, I will go here, let's say you are looking for a different technicians or a specific technician. So I will go here and I will type, I'm looking for Jones. You can press enter. So as you see, I got Letitia Jones, right? So the next thing we need, is that we have to go back here and then I can search for any technician I want. Suppose customer type. So you can go here, the filter button, and then you can go here and you can say, I wanna only SQSR. I got all the QSR. That's the way how you could search a table using auto filter. All right. Once you're done with it, you can go back to the data, you can clear it. Now, the next is to enter the data, to enter custom criteria using auto filter. Now the book says, why do you want that? Not all queries are exact numbers. Many times a range of number is required, right? So to do that, we will click the F8, and then we will point to numbers, and then we will click on custom filter, custom filter, and then we will choose satisfaction survey is greater than equal to 7 and is less than or equal to 9 and then click OK. As you see, we got what we asked for. 9 less than equal 9 or greater equal 7. Greater equal 7. All right. Now, the next one is to turn off the auto filters. To turn off the auto filters. So to do that, what we want to do is that first I will clear my filter. So to turn off the auto filter, why do we need is that sometime you might want to view the table without the distraction of the button. This button I'm talking about. Distraction of this button. So to do that, we have to go to the data, and as you see, filter. So click on this icon here. Filter. As you see that the auto filter button is disappeared. If you click it, if you take it out, you want to take it out, just click this. Next, what we want to do is using criteria and extract ranges. So next is using criteria and extract ranges. Another advanced filter technique called criteria range manipulate the records that pass comparison criteria. So a criteria range is a location separate from the table used to list specific search specification. You can also create an extract range in which Excel copies the record that meets the comparison criteria in the criteria range to another part of the worksheet. So to do that, first we have to create the criteria range. We have to select A7 all the way to I8. And then we have to go to home, copy, and then go to A1 and then paste. And then paste. Now we have to change this to criteria. So what we could do is that I will undo. Okay, I will undo it. And then we need to change these to criteria range. And then we are missing we have to copy the formation. So we're gonna select this. We will click the format painter and then we will highlight A1 all the way to I2. As you see, we get the same formation. Now we have to select A2 all the way to I3, all the way to, so select A2 all the way to I3. And this area, we will call it criteria. We have to name it, this area, from A2 to I3. In the name box, you will type criteria and press the enter key. Now, to use query for a specific range. So to query using a criteria range now. So the criteria range is there. So now I will use the query, and then from this table, I will find out the results. Now in D3, I will say I'm looking for repair. See, my criteria, my condition is that I'm looking for repair, right? So what you need is put your cursor or under the table, and then we have to go to the data, and then we have to go to advanced under the sort and filter, and then it's gonna ask you under the advanced filter dialog box. The first is action, filter the list in place. That's the list we have. We want to sort this, and then the next one here says list criteria. Your criteria is listed under where? From A8. The list range, sorry, is from A8 all the way to I23, right? And then your criteria range is A2 all the way to I3. So that's your criteria range, A2 to I3. Click OK. If you look now, we got all the repairs. And you ask for repair. Now, we're gonna check. I will take off the repair. And then you can clean the filter. Now, I will go to E3 and I will say the time build greater 2. Greater 2. Now let's check. You will put your cursor inside the table list. You will go back to the table tab, and then sort and filter, advanced. The action will be filter the list in place. So the result will be displayed here. The result will be displayed here. And then your criteria range is from A2 to I3. Now click OK. And then you say the time build greater 2. You see, greater than 2. So that's how you are sorting the result within the in-place table. Now there will be we want to have, without disturbing this table here, we want the results to display in a separate area in our worksheet. So that will be the next thing that we're gonna do next. So now what if you wanna use multiple criteria range to find anything in your list? So to do that, I will clear, and then I will go to D3 and I will say we want repair, and then the time bit is greater, and then in F3 I'm looking for the satisfaction survey equal greater equal 8. So 3 things. I will put my cursor anywhere inside the table list. We will click on advanced. Our range is selected. The criteria is from A2 to I3. And then click OK. Everything look perfect. My range of my list is from A8 all the way to I23. So click OK. That's the result. Gold, gold, silver, gold. And here you said greater equal 8. the satisfaction survey. All right. Next is to create an extract range now. Because the problem with this technique is it shows the result on the same list. So what if you don't want the list to be distracted or disturbed, and you want the result to display in a separate area? So that will be our extract range area. So to do that, first I will clear my. So once we have done that, the next thing we need is that we can copy this. I can go back to home, copy, and then I will go to A25, and then I will paste, and then we will go to A25, and we want to say, instead of extract, we're gonna say instead of criteria, we will say extract. That's our extract area. Now we have to select A26 all the way to I-45. We will have to name this area. So if we have record, they will be displayed here. Then in the name box, you will call this as extract, and then press the enter key. Now we're gonna go back. We will select this, and then we will go back to data, advanced. This time, be sure that you choose your action is not to have the result in the same where the list is, right? We will have the result display in another location. So copy to another location. Your list range is this, is from A8 to I-23. Your criteria is this, and then we will copy this from A26 to I-45, which is the one that we named it extract. Now click OK. Now check it down. As you see that we got the result without messing with this one. Still I can see my list here, and then I'm looking at my output or extracted result. That's my output. All right. So let's try one more. You see the stuff is here still. I can click here, and then we're gonna remove this, for example, and I will remove this. And let's say we are looking for service, which is warranty. I will type warranty. All right. And then I will click my mouse inside the list here. Then I will go to the data tab, advanced. The action should be copied to another location. Let me do it again. Copy to another location. The result will be displayed copy to this location from A26 to I-45. My criteria area is A2 to I3, and then click OK. I got all the warranties I requested for in a separate area. So that's the beauty of curing anything you want. So for example, we could say, show us the bills the customer bill greater, or let's say less than 200. So I will go back, click here, go to advanced, copy, click OK. Is that what you asked for? Less than 200. So these are the ones which is less than 200. So that was that. Next is using a database functions. So we're gonna use two functions in here. The average function and the D count. Next is using database function. So one of the function is the average, the database average, and the other one is the D count, the database count to count. So to do that, Excel include 12 database functions that allow you to evaluate numeric data in a table. These functions each begin with the letter D for the data table. To differentiate them from their worksheet counterparts, as the name implies, the D-average function calculate the average of numbers in a table field that pass a test. Then we have the D count counts the number of numeric entries in a table field that pass the test. So to create an output area, we have to go to O, column O. So we have to select column O all the way to Q. Hold the shift and select. And we have to change it to 18. 18. Now in O1, we're gonna type output area, output area to enter the criteria title. Then we have to select all, right click, format cell, alignment, horizontal, center across, click OK. Now in O2, we're gonna say we will tap customer type, in P2 we're gonna say customer type, in Q2 we're gonna say post service rating. Now we need to copy the formation. So select all right. Then we have to go here and then we have to type the options we want. So coffee shop, customer type is QSR, and then gold. Next, we have to type, so average coffee shop satisfaction rating, and then we have average QSR satisfaction, and then we have gold standing count, and we have billing to a restaurant, and then we have count of QSR customers. I forgot about the column. Next we have customer ID and then time billed. Now we have to put to use the d-average and the d-count database function. So the following step use the d-average function to find the average coffee shop satisfaction rating. So we're gonna use a d-count function to count the number of services called that has a gold rating. So the book says, why do we need to use the d-average and the d-count function, which allow you to enter the range to average and criteria which to filter the table. The average function requires a numeric field from the table range. Therefore, you will use satisfaction survey as the second argument. Field name use a numeric argument in this function should be surrounded with quotation mark unless previously named. So we will go to Q5 and then we're gonna enter the formula equal and then DA. So look for the average, so double click it The first argument is where is your database is located. The database is this one. The database will be this. So A8 all the way to I8. So it's gonna be A8 all the way to I22. This is my database. Then comma. Then the field that we're gonna be looking for the average is satisfaction. Satisfaction survey, close the double quotation, comma. The next is your criteria. Your criteria is all two all the way to all three. And then close the parenthesis and push into the 8.75. Now let's get the average satisfaction for the QSR. So equal the average equal so the database is A8 all the way to I22. The whole table has been selected, comma, and then satisfaction survey is the field. You have to be sure that you type it well. Quotation close. So satisfaction survey, and then comma. The next is now in your screen tip is the criteria. The criteria is P2 and 2P3. So these two here. Shift and close the parenthesis and press the enter key. Is 9. Now we're gonna be counting the gold. How many gold we have? So equal D count. Double click the D count. So the database that we want to count is, as I know, that is A8 all the way to I22. As you see, the table has been selected here, comma. The field is satisfaction survey, quotation close, comma. Your criteria. Your criteria is post service rate and gold. So your criteria is Q2 and Q3. Q2 to Q3. Close. Touch the enter key. So we have 7 gold. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, and 7. 7 gold. That's what we got here. So we say count the table, the database. For satisfactory survey is the field, right? And then we are looking for something under the post service and gold. Now the next is we're gonna find billing to the restaurant / hotel, count of the QSR customers, customer IDs, and time billed. So 4 other functions are useful when querying a table and analyzing its data. The sum if and the count if function. So the sum value in a range or count the values in a range, only if they meet a criteria. The match function returns the position number of an item in a range. The match function returns the position number of an item in a range or a table. For example, if you search for a specific student name, the match function might find it in the position 3, for example. The index function returns the value of a cell at the intersection of a particular row position and column position within the table or range. For example, you might want to know the age of the 50 student in a table where the ages are stored, where, for example, you might want to know the age of a student in a table where ages are stored in a second column. So using the number 5 and 2 will eliminate the need to know the exact cell reference because the positions are relative to the table or range, unlike the database function. So we're gonna use the sum if function. The sum if function is to ascertain the sum of the billing to the restaurant hotel. The sum function allow you to sum a range based on criteria. So if you have a criteria or a condition, and then you could use the sum if. So let's go to Q8, and we will put the formula equal sum if. In the drop down, look for sum if, double click it. So the first thing is the range. What's your range? My range is C9. My range is C9 all the way to C22. That's my range. Comma. The next is now your criteria after the range. Your criteria is a restaurant, / hotel, quotation close, comma. What do you want to sum? What your sum range is? What do you want to sum? I want some I9 all the way to I22 and close the parenthesis and push the enter key. So 450. We can give it 2 decimal place. Next, we want to count the SQL customers. In a large table, counting the number of records that match the certain condition provide a useful data for analysis. So to do that, we will start with equal count if. So the range is from C9 all the way to C22. As you see, it's been selected. All right, comma. So we want to count the SQR, the QSR, double quotation, QSR, and then quotation close, and then close the parentheses. So we have 6 of them. Now the next one is to use the match and the index function. Match is only the function can be used to find the position number using general format. The index function finds the value in a table of data based on the related row and columns. So we are in Q10, and then we're gonna specify which customer. So the customer is 69203. This is the customer ID. Now this will be our lookup value too. That's the one we are gonna be looking for. So the time bill in Q11, we're gonna start the formula equal. Now the array, your table, start from A9 all the way to I22, comma. Now your row number. So that one is where we have to do match. The match function just is used to find the position number of what we want to ask. So match what? Q10. Q10 is the 69203. So match. So double click the match function. So the lookup value is Q10, comma. Your lookup array is from where you want to look at this. We want to look it from A9 all the way to A22. This one here from the customer ID, comma. 0 means exact match, and then close, comma. Which column? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So time bill is under column 5. So the location is column 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the column 5 and then close and then press the enter key, and then we're gonna add one decimal place. So 150, 1.50, save it. Next is summarizing the data. So to summarize the data, the thing is that subtotals can only be performed on assorted data, right? So if you go to, and then we need to go back to data, click on filter. We get the filter. Now C8. We'll go to C8 and then sort from A to Z. So coffee, QSR, and then restaurant slash hotel. Now we have to do, so we have to do right click. And then we have to look at the shortcut menu and then convert, look for the option that says table and then convert to range. Convert to range. Then you have, it's gonna say, do you want to convert the table to a normal range? Click yes. See, we convert it to a normal range. Now to display the subtotals. So for example, we have this, right? And then we have to go to the data tab. And then we have to click on outline and then subtotal. It's gonna open up this. And then we will choose time build and then click OK. So here is that. That's the total. And then for example, if you want to shrink it down, you can click the negative. It's gonna give us the total, a subtotal. The subtotal for the time build. Next, you can also have the outline feature here in the top. Here, outline. You can also do it like this. Now to remove the subtotal, You will click here, remove, and it's gone. The last for chapter number 6 is the tree map chart. A tree map chart provides a hierarchical visual view of a data, making it easy to spot patterns and trends. Patterns and trends. So instead of hierarchical level, tree map uses rectangles to represent each branch and sub-branch by size, enabling user to display categories by color and proximity and to compare proportion. Now to create the tree map chart, we need to open the file and then we have to open, let's say, so we need to sort by technician. So it's already been sorted. Data. We sorted by technician. So now we need to select B8 all the way to E22. Then we have to go to insert. And then we have to go to after we select this one here, Treemap, the Treemap chart, and then we have to change the style to number 6. If you go around it, it's gonna show you the style 5. Then we need 6. Under the chart element, and then we have to remove the legend. We took off the legend. Now we have to move the chart and edit the font. So move the chart. We have to click on move chart. And then we have to name it. Technician. Treemap. Click OK. Now we have to right click and then we have to change (24) the size, and then we have to type technician work day. So once we have changed the title of the chart to technician workday, now we can click there and change the data labels, and then we can do right click. We can go to home and change the size to 14. So we have to select font. We can change it to 14. So all been changed to 14. All right. Now right click on the rectangle and then click on format the data series. And then if we click on bucket, and then we have banner. So click as a banner. So as you see, the name become the banner, right? Banner, which is in the label option. So that's the one here. Next, we have to right click on the data level and then data label. And then we have to click on under the label content. We want value, category name. So we did that. And next, so you can save these as coffee craft daily service with the 3 as the file name. So that's here. That's the Treemap. Now we can save these. We can go to file, save as. I will go to the document. I can save it as coffee craft daily service with Treemap and save it. And that ends the lecture for chapter number 6. Have a nice day.